What's up, you guys? Slim here, finally back with a video, you guys. I know it's been a while. I actually have not uploaded basically any video since YCS Dallas outside of a mat review. Just been really busy working. Those of you that know me know that I spend a lot of time at work. Gotta fund this hobby that is Yu-Gi-Oh and just life in general. But I wanted to come back with more videos, and you guys seem to really enjoy my deck profiles. It's the kind of content I like because since I am a competitive player in addition to a content creator, I like to spend more time actually trying to play the game than actually do videos these days, just so that I can get better as a player, so that the knowledge and the information I give you, is not just word of mouth. It's more that, from my personal experiences playing decks, that these are the things I see. And I wanted to start back with something really simple, and it is true Draco Demise with skill drains, spellbook engine, all that. I really actually like this deck. You guys know I did like Draco Demise before. With the hits to Dynamite Knight and other cards, it changed the deck dramatically, but I've noticed a lot of players finding success with it still, even through a spiral dominant format of last format, and I guess not so much dominant this format with the new ban list, but finding success with the deck because Masterpiece is still a hell of a card, and being able to just lock out your opponent with that, being able to lock out your opponent with Skill, being able to lock out your opponent with just pretty much any combination of these cards and just gain real quick advantage is one of the ways that this deck is still alive. It's still really good. You do have to worry about Beals and other cards like that, but I mean outside of that, it's still a solid deck. Before I get into the deck though, I want to show you guys off this mat. This is IMPERIUM Duelist Link Arena mat, you guys, and this mat is still available online. It is absolutely gorgeous, as you guys can see. It's really good. I'm going to move around a little bit. You guys can see it has got different zones for each thing. You have your field spell up there, you have your extra deck and your pendulum zones there with chess pieces. You've got your graveyard with the little gremlin guy, Reaper, and then you've got the IMPERIUM Duelist logo itself as to where your deck goes, and of course you have your link zones. I know that's what you guys really like. This mat is gorgeous, you guys. I highly suggest you guys, if you want a really top quality mat and you want to have link zones on it, this is the mat for you. The material is so soft. If you remember my first mat review with the Mythic Era one, this material is even softer. It has their King's Robe material, which I had discussed in my last video, and you guys will just really enjoy this. I'm telling you, it looks great. This is actually the mat I'm going to be using at events, so definitely look for this mat. If you play against me or if you see me at an event or a locals, whatever, you're going to see me using this mat because I just absolutely love this mat. Also, I'm a boy. I love blue, so yeah. Alright, I wasted enough of you guys' time on other stuff. We're going to get into the deck profile. Hopefully you guys are still with me. We're going to get into it. Very simple. We'll start with the monsters. It's a low monster count because, again, we are playing Demise. But for our two Dracos, we play 2 Masterpiece, 1 Ignis Heat, and 3 of the Maiden. So this is pretty standard. I don't think there's much to explain. I just don't like 3 Masterpiece. I know some people max out on it. I just don't want to see multiple Masterpiece. I honestly just want to see 1, resolve 1, and I'm good. Ignis, it's at 1, and then Maiden has taken basically the spot of Dynamite Knight. It'll never take the spot of Dynamite Knight because Dynamite Knight searched our traps, and it was a lot stronger, but this, this is basically our substitute. It is our 1 tribute. It's really important along with Ignis, and at worst, it does search our monster, so it does do something during our opponent's turn, and if we have this with a trap, we are able to search Masterpiece and drop Masterpiece on our opponent, making him immune to monster and traps, which is pretty solid because then it still gets the boost from diagrams. So this is our standard lineup. I know some people play the big level 9, I don't remember what its name is, but it's one of the other True King cards. That's something I am going to test in the future. If you guys have tested it and had success with it, let me know. It is a really cool card. I've seen a lot of people, including Pat and Paul Cooper, play the card, and they've had success with it, so it's something I definitely try. But for now, these 6 monsters do the trick. I miss Dynamite Knight, but what can I do? I don't think that card will be back anytime soon. So that's it for the Draco monsters. Pretty standard. And the last monster is just the 1 blue boy. I am playing the Spellbook engine. I know a lot of people play 2 copies of this. Just since I've been using the Spellbook engine in so many decks, you guys have stayed with me in a lot of my deck profiles, I just do not like having multiple copies of Blue Boy. I know it's actually better in Paleozoic because it's a water you can get back, and you can actually do cool things like make Ophimbenia, and you're also able to add it back off Toad. But this is the kind of deck where, if I see this, cool, I'll search out my knowledge, my secrets, my knowledge, etc. Or, if I banish it with desires, it is what it is. But it's the last monster in the deck, so it's only 7 monsters. I guess I could see myself maybe trying a second one, but in all honesty, it hasn't been necessary. So that's it for the monsters, only 7 monsters. On to the spells. Pretty standard stuff. Because it's still at 3, of course, we're playing 3 Diagram. I don't know how that survived again, but whatever. And I am playing 3 Terraforming. Now, if you want, you can cut to 2 Terraforming. I know some people like to do that. They don't like the double Terraforming hand or the double Diagram hand. I mean, it's just for consistency, you guys. We are playing Desires in the deck, so I just want consistency. I want to see this card. There's no other field spell I'd play. Set Rotation is pretty much out of contention these days, and you wouldn't even play Set Rotation in a deck like this. But Terraforming gets the job done. You know, it searches what I need. Diagram searches what I need, so I just want consistency there. So that's why I maxed out on that. And then for the true Draco cards, it comes as no surprise. The Pot of Greed, draw 3, and the Daigusto Emerald. You got your Heritage and your Phoenix. These cards are just really important. You need your Tribute Summons to go off. These are your MSTs. That's really important. Just, you know, against Pendulums and stuff like that. Just really solid. I like these cards a lot. I maxed out on them. Like in other versions of the decks, like I only used 2 copies of this, but this is pretty much pure True Draco featuring Blue Boy. I felt that you just need to max out on them. And then for the ginormous draw engine that this deck has, I don't think people even realize, like, unless you play the deck or play against the deck, how many draw cards this deck can play. And let's face it, I like drawing cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! But 3-card Demise, because this card is broken. This card will always be broken. Let them ash it. You know, we have a lot of draw cards. So, like, there's something that they're going to ash. Honestly, they'd want to ash this, because this card is just nuts. 3 Dualities to search as Card of Demise or search as any other cards. And 2 Desires, because it's Pot of Greed. I don't like, I played 3 before. I actually cut one so I can make room for, you know, make room for the Blue Boy, make room for the Spellbook cards. I just felt that with 2 of these, I only want to see 1 actually in this version of the deck, because the rest of the cards will draw me what I need and search me what I need. So 2 Desires is good. And then the other engine is the 2 Spellbook of Secrets and the 2 Spellbook of Knowledge. So again, my ratios have always stayed the same, actually, ever since I saw it in OCG, where they just play the 1 Blue Boy, the 2 Secrets, the 2 Knowledge. I mean, it's pretty simple. This gets this gets this, you know, in any order. This gets this gets that, etc. And, you know, you just do what you need to do to draw cards, and I think that's what just makes this engine just really solid. Yeah, I just really like it. And worst case scenario, you know, with Blue Boy, like, I mean, if you do need to tribute it off, it is a monster. It does make your Masterpiece immune by monster effects, but hopefully that doesn't come up. That's it for like all the draw engine and stuff. And then for the 2 1-ofs, I play 2 of them. I play 1 Stormforth, 1 Raigeki. This card is nuts. Like, this card is just stupid. This literally outs anything. You guys already know. When this was at 3, this was a problem. At 1, still a problem. This is your out to Beals. This is your out to, pretty much out to anything. This is your out to Sleeper, etc. This card is broken. And then I decided to play the 1 Raigeki. I just like board wipes. You know, you're not going to win every die roll. Go on second. It's not terrible. Board wipe them. You know, try to reset the game to where you can start playing. And it's just been solid. Don't really need to explain it. But that's it for the 1-of spells. And then for the traps, there are the 3 Draco Apocalypse and the 1 True King's Return. RIP. Everyone knows how much I love this card. This is your Reborn. And these are necessary too, because you need Masterpiece to be unaffected by traps, so you still get your boost from Diagram. And what I like about this card is the Shrink effect. Let's face it, Shrink is still broken, even in 2017, almost 2018. Damage step tricks with this is cool, and, you know, I just like it. Being able to, like I said, have Maiden in this, flip this up, you know, use its effect to escalation your opponent, drop a Masterpiece that's unaffected by monsters and traps, and then banish this to pop a card is just so stupid. So, and this also will pop a monster in the process, so I mean, come on, it's just dumb. I thought you guys already know how much I love this card. I miss that card. And then we have our skill drains. So I play 2 copies of Monarch Erupt, 1 skill drain. Now, you guys will say, why aren't you maxing out on Erupt? Believe it or not, I cut the 3rd Erupt so that I could play Raigeki. Now, that is completely player preference. I'm just testing the Raigeki more and more, because going second, I feel like it's just a solid card. You know, just in general, I've talked about it. But these cards are ridiculous. This is how you're able to just beat pretty much everything in the meta outside of the mirror, because you suck in the mirror, but you contribute them off, so it's fine. Remember that continuous, so that you contribute them for Masterpiece unaffected by traps. So these cards really just help a lot. Skill drains are important. They just, you know, they shut off the meta, and you're able to play Yu-Gi-Oh! You have a bunch of beat sticks. This is actually better than this, because your Tribute Summon monsters still get their effects, so your Masterpiece still pops stuff, and, you know, even if it's unaffected by traps, but you all still get your effects. You still get your Ignis effect. You still get your Maiden effect, so this is still really good. And then Skill Drain is just Skill Drain. You guys already know. It's like probably one of the best floodgates right now in this format. That is it for the deck, though, you guys. It is 40 cards. I made a lot of cuts for cards so that I can keep it at 40, just keep it consistent. The last thing I'm going to show you guys should know with Monarchs Erupt, there is no extra deck, so sorry, no extra deck. But just other cards you can side, you know, for this meta right now. I don't need to talk about it. This card is ridiculous. Like, seriously, this is one of the most insane cards. I main deck 3 of these. Johnny and I main deck 3 of these at Dallas in our Lightshorn Zombie deck. every time we opened it going second, it was like a blowout against Pendulum Magicians. Only one time when I used it did I get Lancia, but then I drew another one, and I did it the next turn, so it was broken. This card is broken. So yeah, that is definitely a card you want in your side deck. These are just options for your side deck, you guys. Just good against pretty much everything going second. D-barriers, pendulums, you guys should know. These are just options, you guys. You don't have to play them, but these are just things that are potentially making it in the side deck. I had these originally in the main deck. I cut them just for, you know, the skill drains and stuff, just wanting to end the spellbook engine. This would definitely be back in the main deck, though. You know, really just solid against pendulums, good against the mirror, good against pretty much everything. Just being able to Cosmic Cyclone Resort is great, too. So, Cyclone is just a really solid card, again, just to give you guys more options. And then Zaphion. Zaphion was actually ridiculous for me at Dallas. I used it against Paleo. I got him to warning it once, and then I summoned the second one, and I don't remember what happened, but I got it. It like baited so much stuff, and then when I resolved it, it was ridiculous. So Zaphion is just a really cool card. And then, of course, your hand traps if, you know, going second, you know, you side out the Demises or whatever you side out. Like, you guys already know Ash and Maxi. Now, you guys can also play Joel and Lockbird if need be, but let's face it, as you know, that card is specifically for spirals. This is just nuts, though, against pretty much everything. I think this is just, there's so many cards this can hit, and Maxi is just the god card, so, you know, why wouldn't you play it? And then another option is, of course, Dark Hole is another board wipe. So, yeah, so that is it for the deck profile, you guys. My true Draco Demise, 3 skill drain, could potentially be 4 skill drain deck, playing spellbooks, featuring Blue Boy. I just really like it. It's a very simple deck for this format. For those of you that are going to YCS San Diego, unfortunately I am not going to be at that event. I originally thought I was, but I actually have a engagement to go to, so I will not be there. But for those of you that will be, I wish you the best of luck. Just giving you other options besides Spiral, besides the norm stuff that you guys see. If you guys looked at the ARG list, you'll see that one of these decks did make top 16, and it was pretty solid. But yeah, I like this deck. I think that it's something that you guys can play. It doesn't require an extra deck, so that does help out a lot, and I think it's just something that could potentially do really well against the meta, because this card is stupid, and so are these, because these are just Monarch versions of this card. Now, I know you guys are probably want to see an updated Monarch Drew Draco list. Now, remember, Ignis is at 1. It's not going to be as easy, but I will still try to make a list for you guys. It'll definitely incorporate the Monarchs Erupt. I can guarantee that, because in order to keep up with like spirals and any decks as meta, skill drain them, and you have a chance, and you have the ability to win the game. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Again, be sure to visit Imperium Duelist if you guys want one of these amazing mats. I'm telling you, like, these mats are just insane. You want a mat that gives you all your link zones, gives you everything. It just looks great when you're playing. I think it's just a really, really solid mat in general, and I hope you guys will support them, and, you know, as they continue to release just really great products and accessories for you guys. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the deck profile. Be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know any other deck profiles you'd like to see here on the channel, and I'll bring them to you when I can. That's it. Thank you for watching.